And we indeed are back. We start from the court. The Supreme Court turned down requests seeking to have it halt ongoing construction works on the National Cathedral. A businessman, Jonathan Holm, alleges that government has breached portions of the Constitution in allowing state land to be used in a manner that does not serve the public interest. He wants a declaration of the action as unconstitutional, which the land returned to its original owners. Court correspondent Joseph Akable was at the Supreme Court as it ruled that appropriate remedies exist to be used by the court to provide remedies if it rules against the state in the substantive case.
The Supreme Court in January 2019 ruled in favor of the Attorney General's office, saying the state's support in the construction of the National Cathedral is backed by law. Shortly after, businessman Jonathan Holm dragged the AG to the court, saying the state allocating land for the construction is unconstitutional. He also urged the court to hold government in contempt for allowing the construction to go on despite a pending case. This was dismissed by the court. The lawyers headed once again to the Apex Court, this time around to ask that the construction be halted. Chief State Attorney Dorothy Friansa urged the court to dismiss the case, saying the state will suffer irreparable damage if construction is put on hold. She explained contractors are currently on site with clearly defined timelines. Any act that blocks this process will cause the state to incur financial losses that cannot be remedied. The 7-member panel presided over by Chief Justice Kwesi Eninyabwa today ruled that appropriate remedies exist to be used by the court if it rules against the state in a substantive case. The court has meanwhile set April 29 to deliver its judgment in a case filed by former Deputy AG Dominic Ayene challenging the eligibility of Martin Amedu as special prosecutor.
Moving on, a member of the Inter-Ministerial Task Force on Illegal Mining, Hajia Ali Mohammed, says less than 34 excavators remain unaccounted for, and all the figures being put out or peddled around. In a statement on the floor of Parliament, the Minister for Local Government assured that government was committed to bringing those responsible for the missing excavators to book.
Mr. Speaker, the whole hula baloo about excavators was because we had an audit report. We audited the seized excavators where they were. We went to the auditor's report indicated that there were excavators in Tema, 34 were brought in, but they did not get the real figure, the 34 number. And therefore we have asked for an investigation, and the investigation is on. When the investigative authority have finished with their work, the report will be presented. And if there is a need for any prosecution, the prosecution will accordingly be conducted. That is why the situation is. So when you talk about figures of missing excavators, we don't know where you are getting that information from.
To clarify that when she earlier said some 34 excavators remain unaccounted for, she only meant that is what triggered the broader investigation into the missing range of equipment. She didn't mean there are 34 missing excavators.
This whole issue about missing excavators came out because of an audit that occurred. And they went to Tema, looked at the books, a station where some excavators had been placed. And the books indicated that 34 excavators had been sent there, but they were not there. So that's when we raised the query. If the books indicate that 34 excavators are here, where are they? So it was then sent, I'm the Inter-Ministerial Committee Chairman, then sent it to, for investigation. So the proper thing to do was to get it investigated. So that's why all this issue came out that they are missing excavators. Of course, we had a lot more of excavators, but the missing issue came because 34 excavators that were entered in a book in Tema, a location in Tema, were physically not there. So we've asked that they investigate. What happened to the 34 excavators? Where are they? And we are not saying that somebody stole them or whatever. We don't know. The investigating report will then tell us where they've gone to, and we'll proceed from there. So if it raises grounds for a prosecution, then the prosecution will be conducted. So it depends on what the person is saying. I'm not saying there are only 34 excavators. I'm only saying that the issue that triggered the investigation was when an audit was commissioned and the audited report indicated that the books in the Tema location indicated 34 excavators. But on inspection, the number was not 34.
So how many excavators are missing? Do we have an idea what the figure is yet following?
No, I'm saying that now, all from our auditing point of view, it's 34 issue that a query was raised on, and we asked that there should be investigation. So there will be investigation, and eventually an investigation report will come out.
Next, let's take you to the Ashanti region, where displaced traders at the Kumasi Central Market, which is being demolished for reconstruction, have taken over the street just to conduct business. Now, city authorities have ordered the over 1,000 shops be pulled down for commencement of the second phase of the Keitia redevelopment project. Nana Senso Mensah has been interacting with some of these affected traders who say they have no suitable alternative to undertake their activities.
The front elevation of the old Central Market, which housed shops of both concrete and wooden structures, has been raised down. Traders say they find everything right about the redevelopment of the market, but they want authorities to properly resettle them to continue their businesses.
Okay, now what can we be to say omubuye na so musiria say be amusabe come shop.
Say omo table so omo si ewie a ye nsabe kan ye table nti ye bom pa ye so omo be wie a omo di table ne be ba na Ghana mpanyimfo na duru hono ma wo obi a ye mpese ye de be ma ne ya ton ni nyina ama nipa foforo eno kwa ne ade ye problem nti so omo wie ne afise ye nsabe kan ye de ye bom pa ye ama omo se nyame nye omo adom na omo nwie. Okay,
so what she's saying is that she used to ply her business here at the Central Market, but now that they have demolished the whole Central Market and then they are rebuilding the Central Market, her only fear is that after they build the market, she might not get access to a shop where she used to be, as it has been happening at the first phase of the Kejita Market. So she is pleading on authorities to make sure that the needful is done in terms of allocating the market to the rightful owners. So let's move to the next person. Mami Pacho Benisi. Now so who did our Central Market in Ebubuno? Is say em fa na odi uja.
Say me jakwan hu na edi dwan.
Me I will say mamu take it some call other markets na em fa na kase ko.
O ma take it say enko riscos. Ne ekoye no. Amanfo da bla mabbo bote basis so so bebo edua wo kwatena so bebo edua baby om kase enko na amanfo da bre baby be ko bio so bebo edua ne asase ne ma asaba awon de om ma da bre say be a place say da hono na mkonko tino amanfo da bre omo no agi ho agumu tais aboso nchance mo de ye kokotinem.
Okay, your friend say
me de mafia.
So this is Mafia. She is also a displaced trader who once plied her business at the Central Market, where it's now demolished. And then she's saying that she was referred to do her business at a race course, but when she got to the place that has been allocated to her, it is somehow some other people's also place. So she doesn't feel comfortable. The business is also bad over there, so she hopes that she will get a different place. So she's been plying her business alongside the road here, which is very, very risky. I want to ask her, are you not afraid of your life? Where you want to show life? Say, can we travel also?
Mistro, there's
In a reaction to concerns of the traders, city authorities say a detailed and evacuation plan is in place to relocate all affected traders. Efia Kunadu speaks for the Kumasi Metropolitan Assembly.
The traders are in two badges. Those who are into foodstuffs have been taken to or has been allocated the Nanefia Kobi market, which we normally call the Abinchi market. So that's those for the foodstuff. However, those with the clothing and others are going to the risk course markets. And as part of it, we give them tickets to register them as in to give them sheds to move in. The 2,000 and over empty sheds that we've assigned them, and we've been dealing with their executives there. So the whole of last week we're transporting their goods, as in their tables and other things, to the Riscos markets, and then each of them knows how or know where they are going to sit, because we ask them to do the balloting themselves.
Nana Asenso Mensah reporting.
But let me kindly serve you this warning. Sorry, but what you're about to hear may totally disgust you. On Tuesday, Accra Metropolitan Assembly public health officials found some food operators dipping their hands in food with sore hands. Now, these operators also did not also have, let's say, health cards, and were found to be preparing food in mud. Nancy Mefejiradose, our lead correspondent on the Joy Clean Ghana campaign, was among the officials who find out some of these infractions.
The Clean Ghana team was at the Kwame Nkrumah Circle. We entered a gated compound housing 3 different food operators. They had all left their meals uncovered. Upon receiving a tip-off that the Clean Ghana team was close to the eatery, they started sweeping, causing dust to rise, while the meals remain uncovered.
When I said the dust nuisance, so the food is there openly and they are sweeping. You can just look at the surroundings that they are using in cooking. It's very nasty and very bad.
They were also cooking the food in mud. The AMA Environment Health Inspector, Madam Kuchi, ordered her team to take away the soup.
In food running, eko eduane numu amo enkwan numu. Eko anani enkwan nyina kan fra na ya ba. Nti sa kwan we ya esi jaso no. Enne tanka for ya ma wonton sa nkwan we e ma amanfo. Nti ye be hwie sa nkwan we at disposing of.
Another eatery also had women cooking in the open, while groceries lay on the bare floor.
So these are the food items that they have displayed that they are going to use to prepare food for the public consumption. Just look at how it has been displayed. The okra was chopped in the market. It was not even washed. And we know how these okra are being transported from the farm to the other areas. And you go to the market, the okra will not be washed, and they'll just chop it like that and come and use to prepare food for the public consumption.
But what we had just seen was the tip of the iceberg. We discovered the disposed rotten food and waste into the drain in front of their compound.
Today, as we are standing here, we want the proprietors and their workers to go for broom and then come and start desilting this drain. And then they will desil the drain today before and collect all the debris.
Madam, Director, can you look for people to come and desil the drain and save your business? Yeah, and so now we want the gutter to be desilted. Simple language now, simple language now. Oh, listen to me. Simple language is this. We say desil the drain. You have 3 workers, or you say you and your workers, you are 3. Go get the people who can desil the drain. Bring them here. We open the drain. They are desilting the drain. We go back there. We continue the work. Once the drain is desilting, is ongoing. It's simple. We cannot wait for the time you want to do it. We need to organize. No. Okay, then don't sell your food until the drain is clean.
So after the hula bedu, after the coral and everything that we didn't mind them, you see that they have started doing the work.
The team then visited the VIP station to carry sanitation inspection as they waited for their vans to carry unwholesome food away from the eateries. The inspectors found washrooms of the VIP station clean enough.
I think VIP is doing well when it's come to liquid waste management, because looking at their washroom, it's neat and all the WCs are clean.
Just when the team returned to the 3 chop bars to carry away the seized unwholesome food, we found another fufu joint.
Now, we walk fufu no that's the one. We now they call inside. Former high inquire baby, which you want to walk fufu no. A corner. So we'll stop you from preparing the food here. I go.
Or what you test?
As the team started carrying out its operation, a customer who was enjoying the meal lauded the team.
If Kumasi Central is here, but you are to say come up, but you need to be free back. So it's the city. I did about but tomorrow I say, baby, baby, free back. Yes, the moon is my pa.
The sanitation guards carried the food away. Soon, we returned to the fast food joint, only to discover the food was being sold to unsuspecting customers.
You've seen how this food is being displaced here so neatly and the food is being garnished. Look at the food and look at where the food is cooked. You understand? So it means the food here that they are selling has already been contaminated. You understand? So the food they are selling and the soup that is still on the fire, we are taking everything away. We are not going to allow them to sell it. So please carry all this food and put it in the car.
The team took everything away. No amount of plea will convince the inspectors. Just close to the kitchen is the barbering shop. Madam Florence Kuchi was unhappy. She quickly got angry after spotting what she called disgusting. A woman was deep frying the chicken in the open. But that wasn't the problem. She was dipping the steamed chicken in another solution with an open sore on the hand.
When the blood is oozing, so you use it to wash what for what? You using this to wash what? What were you washing?
Her skin was also peeling off. The health inspectors were worried that parts of her skin could easily end up in the food.
Look, just watch. No, look at this. It's peeling off. This is peeling. Okay? And you use it to wash the meat. With onga, whatever you call it. And that is what is used to wash the meat. Prepared for us to eat. Innocent people eating in human body as a flavor.
There was another lady with fresh and uncovered sore.
It's disgusting. It's disgusting because, you see, because of something small, because this lady will spend, she has a sore on the hand. And the owner, the proprietor of this facility is not even thinking about the health of this poor girl. She's still using the sore's hand in working.
Inspector Sitanga called for the arrest until the owners of the perpetrators showed up.
Okay, take her, pick her up. Where is the other girl? Take her along. Arrest the girl too. Take them along. We send them to the, when the proprietor comes to come and answer questions why they should use their hands infected with sauce to prepare the meat for public consumption.
In the middle of this compound is also a heap of garbage buzzing with flies.
Now, problems is here. I want to see the baller all collected from now. Okay. Just now, with immediate effect.
Few meters away from the garbage is a chicken grill. The owner was pardoned for not possessing a health card, but shortly, the team noticed the operator had covered his meat with cement paper. A gentle rub of the cement paper showed powdery substance believed to be cement.
Let's see. See, this is cement paper. This is cement paper.
Put everything inside. Put it inside.
This is cement paper. And you are using this.
Put it inside.
You are using this.
Put it inside.
Please. It is not good. See, cement paper. Cement.
Carry it, go and put it in the car.
Madam Kuchi ended with a warning to all of you.
Next week, it is going to be packed more than this. So it may be in your community. So everybody should be, so they should be in the lookout.
Great impact in journalism. Joy The Joy campaign. The Joy Clean Ghana campaign would always be coming to you each week, but we're moving on to another campaign, the Arrive Alive campaign. And then a 7 fire service officer, she survived a deadly crash on the Accra-Suhum Highway on November 14, 1993. The spot of the accident has since been nicknamed Suhum 22, just because 22 people were killed. Now, it was an accident involving a 33-seater passenger bus and a cargo truck, reported to have been carrying out a dangerous overtaking at the time. As part of our Arrive Alive campaign, Komla Adom has been speaking to 57-year-old Kafui Ikua Danswa Akatu, who has now taken to offering education on fire safety to residents and schools around the Adenta Snake Flat area right here in Accra.
Road traffic accidents is a terrible thing. Imagine just picking a bag that you are going and come only to be lifted by ambulance or haze from Suhum Government Hospital for specialist attention in Kolebu.
As she recounts the traumatic experience of November 14, 1993, tears fill the eyes of a retired fire officer who says she is 57 years but has been asked to proceed on retirement. It was a crash that left her permanently scarred with severe injuries to her arm, legs and head 27 years ago.
That accident was tagged as Suhum 22 because it is said 22 deaths were recorded, and it was a 33-seater bus that collided with articulator that was on. The 33-seater bus was in its course in its lane from Accra. The articulator was overtaken and met ours on head-on, and the vehicles, imagine articulator and 33-seater bus is beyond repairs, but I'm alive, and I know it's a grace, and God has made me survive for a purpose.
Kafui Danswa Akatu's life will change, and for the rest of her active working life in the fire service, she was left redundant, unable to continue her physical education training.
I've been in Kolebu for 1 year. This arm, I had a close fracture, so it was just in POP beside me, but the leg was so bad that the tibia fibula was compound fracture, my thigh bone. Imagine a physical education, this leg like this. Now I can't run, I can't squat, I can't jog.
It's been a tough one for her, but she's happy she's alive. Alive to impact society the best way she can, championing girl child and fire safety education.
I've been declared as 55% physically challenged and 5% disfigured. And I resumed work from 1995, May thereabout, on light duties. And I've been on light duties till I went on retirement. And I was just made redundant. I was made to be showing up at Medina Fire Station for people not to say that I'm at home collecting salary, and that's my schedule. But I said, no, that's not me. There's something I have to do, which is fire safety education.
She was a fluent spokesperson for the fire service then, she tells me. Today, it's all a past glory.
Actually, I had a cut on my head. And the medical report tells that I've suffered brain contusion. The impact of the accident shook, and I've been in coma. I have all the medical report there.
But she's committing to joining a campaign for safer road transport to save many more lives.
I guess that they should go within the road limit or the speed that they are supposed to go when they are driving through town. As to that of town and that of highways, so they should observe the rules and not overtake in curves or people who, especially like on the highways where they stop by the roadside, there should be a bypass. A bypass should be created by in those towns like Budu, near Suhum, where mine happened at. But there should be a bypass where the car will park away from the road for those coming to have a straight on and know whether it's safe to go or not. They should just go by the road signs and what is expected of them on the roads.
It's been almost 30 years after the accident, but Kafui is lucky to have survived it. She's thankful that she at least has a voice left, one to say to another driver to be careful on the road, with the expectation that someone would listen.
Psalm 121, I've forgotten the verse 2, but when you go to Psalm 121, they said that we should always pray that God should preserve our going out and coming in, or anything at all can happen. You can be walking and the car will run into you. You can be in your kiosk or your container and the vehicle will run into it and you lose your life. In fact, I've suffered. So you can imagine life was just good. Oh, it's unfortunate.
She wants you to hashtag arrive alive.
Mr. Driver, take your time, oh, oh. Keep your eyes on the road. Mrs. Driver, take your time, oh.
And do join the campaign at the hashtag Arrive Alive, and especially when this morning you're making commentary or you've seen an incident, you have pictures, you also do have videos, you want to tag us on Facebook, to our page, Joy News on TV, or through our Twitter handle at Joy News on TV, or My Joy Online TV, where you're watching us on YouTube, at the hashtag Arrive Alive, but also at the hashtags AM Show and Joy News. But that's it. Latest news update. We have more news as we review the newspapers. Do stay with us.